We're excited about Jared for our teams now and the picks for our future.
Todd, Andrew said that Jared, he feels like he's a DNA pick for the defense. How do you guys see that with what he's done so far?
100%. I mean, a guy that goes all out every snap. I mean, he's going to fit us like a glove.
With obviously stepping into where Miles played, it seems like it comes with a lot of pressure for Jared. Do you have to tell him just to be himself?
I don't see it that way. Just be yourself. There's only one of you. Miles is already taken, and he's an elite football player. We all know that. I mean, to say that, Jared, just be you. I mean, I see his track ascending. I just do. I just see a world of upside by the way he's wired. We're jacked to have him.
What did you see up close?
Hold him on a team until minicamp?
We'll see day to day how he feels. Would love to be able to do that. We got one more tomorrow and little team competition Friday. But whenever he's ready, we're going to let him go.
Todd, how familiar were you with Jared in your time in Baltimore, game planning against him? I don't know.
We played him last year. Obviously, he was one of those guys where you certainly had a game plan for, and I think he's only going to continue to ascend.
How beneficial is it that he at least gets to catch a little bit of the offseason work instead of being dropped in during that dead time between offseason and training game?
No, it's awesome. You wish you had unlimited time to meet with him and try to catch him up to speed, but just his willingness to get here, be here this morning, to get into meetings and be on the practice field says a lot about him.
What was his attitude when you had him face to face?
Oh, he was jacked. He was fired up. I mean, who doesn't want to be wanted? I mean, we wanted him. I mean, that's the way it is.
Just in terms of team pass rush, I mean, do you think maybe you guys will be able to spread it out more and spread the wealth and everybody, all the dogs will eat?
It remains to be seen. I mean, we still expect the guys that we have on the roster to continue to develop because we're still a young football team, and Jared just jumps right in there.
Do you have to adjust the team in any way after you trade a guy that's been really the face of the franchise for almost a decade?
Andrew addressed the team yesterday.
And what was the overarching message?
Well, the message was that the opportunity came about for us to acquire Jared Verse and some future capital.
Todd, Jared has been labeled as a vocal leader. How important is that to a football team?
Well, it's important. It's going to take time, obviously, a new player, but you like guys that have juice. You like guys that are vocal, like guys that like to come out and practice. We've seen it with Quincy. You see it every day. So we're excited.
Do you feel as an head coach that you're relieved that position is settled now and you know where you're headed into the season?
Well, are you talking about like defensive end?
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was settled. I mean, not at any given point that I think we were going to trade Miles. And that's just the nature of what we do. I mean, this is pro sports, right? It's you're always trying to look to the present and then to the future. So I was excited then, and I'm excited now.
Todd, he's played outside linebacker, played at Florida State in college. How much does that background kind of help in terms of what you could do with him schematically?
I think it remains to be seen. I mean, once our defensive guys gets their hands on him, I think we'll have a better idea. But certainly, his tape speaks for itself. I mean, being a defensive rookie of the year and then a Pro Bowler, I mean, not many guys have done that. It's a pretty elite group he's in.
Todd, I was going to ask about the fact that he's, a defensive rookie of the year, former one. Carson obviously won that last year. What about just pairing those two guys together in this defense?
No, I think when you put together Grant Delpit, Denzel Ward, Tyson Campbell, Carson, Quincy, the guys up front, Malik, I'm going to miss some guys, Mason Graham, you got Jared, you got Alex, you got Isaiah, I'm going to miss guys, Mike Hall, all those guys. I mean, we are a very talented football team. I mean, we're a talented team on both sides of the ball.
Today, I think Fano was with the ones all periods. Is that a new development? Or?
He was there yesterday and today.
Todd, what about that really nice touchdown pass from Shedeur to Isaiah in the 2-minute drill? What was your reaction to your thoughts to that?
Well, I mean, it's a piece of the practice, right? It's a piece of the practice. I think Isaiah Bond has come on the last week and a half, as a player, and he's still a developmental player. Shedeur's really come on. I thought he had a really good day today. I thought Deshaun had a good day today. And so I thought both of those guys continue to compete. And you saw today we've been alternating those guys. You're just not out here every day to see it. It just happened today you were out here and Shedeur got a lot of the work with the ones.
Todd, last week Travis talked about you saw an improvement in the urgency in Shedeur's footwork. So is that something you identified when you came over? And then how do you go about getting him to improve that?
I think some of that was some of the decision making. I think speed up, moving through his progressions. I think the more reps you get, the more comfortable you get in progressing. Before the touchdown pass, not so good. He started to back up in the pocket. Really probably would have been a sack. We let it play out. So, again, he's still a young developmental player that I think has come a long, long way. And I think he's got a huge upside. I really do.
Todd, off of that, a couple weeks ago, I know Deion Sanders mentioned that he wants to meet with you, sort of give you a lay of the land on Shedeur. Is that something that you're planning on doing at any point? And what are maybe the benefits to actually have a conversation?
Well, first of all, I can't wait. You know, first of all, got a lot of respect for Coach Sanders, obviously as a player, but also what he's done as a coach. And obviously he's done a great job with Shedeur as a father. I'm open anytime he wants to meet. He said he was going to come, but he had a commercial. So if he just lets me know where the next commercial shoot is, I'll be there. I'll show up. I really am looking forward to it. I got a ton of respect for him, and I got a ton of respect for Shedeur because all he's done since I've been here is work. That's all he's done is compete. He was here early in the offseason. Hell, he bought me a horse head. I mean, tried to, cheese up to me early, so I think which is really cool. I think it's been great. He's been here. He's had unfortunately, a couple of family issues he's had to take care of, which can happen. You get some older players that are married and have kids and family, that happens. So he's been great.
Now that you have Fano with the ones, is it Roseford? Is he trending to it, or is that going to take time?
We'll still have to see that. We'll have to see. We'll let it compete. It's very hard up front till we get the pads on. We really aren't even there yet. Like, we won't even get there till you're 5 days into camp. Hell, we've got next week without pads, 5-6 weeks till they come back, and then we have a week without pads, and then you guys will be out here. You'll get to see it. You'll see where we at from the physicality standpoint. Get to the preseason games, see how those guys handle it. But we're excited about all of our young players.
Todd, back to Jared for a second. He's obviously coming from a 3-4 into a 4-3. Do people make maybe too much of a big deal out of like the differences in those two systems in terms of trying to make an adjustment to playing the opposite?
Well, there are certain aspects that they're going to ask. I think it's easier to play in a 4-3 than it is to be a 3-4 outside backer and then be asked to be an edge rusher in a 4-down nickel. That's my opinion. What do I know? Okay, but I'm just saying, I think that this will allow him to do one thing, and that is run off the ball, run into a dark room, and disrupt. Can't wait to see it.
I promise this isn't a quarterback question.
But we haven't had one yet. I mean, this is crazy.
You have said you'd like to have your number one for the start of the camp. Would you also like to have your number one offensive line configured for the season?
Would love to. Actually, both are great questions. In a perfect world, you'd love to have your starting quarterback, right? And you'd love to have your O-line set. I'm not sure we'll be there. I'm just not. I think both. I think both quarterbacks have played well enough where we haven't really been in pads. We haven't played any games yet. Haven't really gotten to that point yet. Every day I kind of lean one way or the other with quarterbacks. I'm on that. But we still got to get to that point. And then O-line wise, as we start to move the pieces around and get them together, I think we'll have a better idea. I don't know that yet, though. I have a pretty good idea. In the O-line, I really feel like I have a pretty good idea of 4 of the 5, right? And then we got to figure out who's that 5th. Does that make sense? I really feel good about the 3 we brought in Fano, and then who's going to be the 5th, and then quarterback, who's going to start for us.
Which
But I'm fired up about the quarterbacks. I just tell you, we got 2 starting level quarterbacks. We really do.
With Shedeur coming on so strong lately, do you feel like in your quest to have your QB depth chart perhaps set by the end of minicamp, do you think it's going to come right down to the wire for you if you're even able to do that?
Yeah, I don't even know if I will be. Each day that changes. It just does. I mean, I see what you see, right? We look at the film, and then we assess that. And again, I think both of them are doing exactly what we're asking them to do and competing like hell.
And when you go back to the offensive line real quick, you said 4 out of the 5. Does that include the ability to move Elton either center or guard?
Oh, yeah. I think Elton could be guard or center. I think probably the right side, somewhere in there, center, guard, tackle, Fano, and then let's figure it out. I think those are our 4 pieces right now. And then where that 5th comes from, I think we'll continue to battle, especially once we get the pads on, because we still have the rest of the depth to work out. Who we're going to keep on the 53 and who's going to be a part of our practice squad.
I mentioned the minicamp practices be very similar to what we see here.
Yeah, I expect to be the same. We actually get more time with them. I don't anticipate we'll spend more time. They give you can be up to 2.5 hours out here. I don't feel like we'll be out here that long. We'll probably do our dynamic warm-up earlier, and then maybe we'll be out an extra 15 minutes to get a few more reps while we've got them here. So we got a lot of work to do. We just do. I mean, we got a long ways to go, as every team does, in putting a product together that we jump right out of the gate when we head to Jacksonville.
You mentioned with Burst that it can be a little less complicated to just focus on attacking and then blowing stuff up. How can that help a player to sort of simplify his job there?
Well, I think any time you simplify what you're asking them to do from a technique standpoint and how you attack things. I think the greatest thing about what we do defensively is we turn guys loose. We allow them to play fast, disrupt, and then clean up. And I love that. And I think our guys love playing in that system. And you see it every day on the practice field. You talk about guys that love playing, love chasing the ball, and they love playing for each other. It's awesome to see.
Todd, as far as 8 practices in and the whole off-season thing, are you where you thought you would be at this point, or slightly ahead, slightly behind?
I don't know. I really didn't have any thoughts of where we'd be or where we're going. I just know that what were we going to get done today? I really mean that. And it's hard to tell because we're in shorts. I would say this. We have an awesome group of freaking players that love to compete. I mean, we're further ahead than I would have ever thought becoming the head coach of the Browns when I show up every day and all they do is show up and work. That's cool as hell. And that forget all the rest of the technique stuff and all that, but that's been awesome.
I guess following up then, if you've gotten in the number of installs that you've wanted.
Oh, yeah. No, that part of it we've gotten in. So from the install standpoint, I apologize. I didn't know it's where you were headed. We've got all the installs in twice. Today would have been our last install offensively. We got it in phase 2. So now the next 4 practices, we'll get to really work. Who are we really? As opposed to all the installs. And every day you're working situational football. So there's certain things you've got to get in, just game-ending situations.
Todd, I got an injury question for you. How's Malik Collins doing in his rehab? Is he still on track to?
He's doing great as far as I know. I'm being in Houston, being with his family. We get information back from his trainer and workout, and we're anticipating, and again, looking forward to see him because he'll be here for mandatory minicamp. We'll see where he's at then, but he's on track. We're excited.
Last one.
Todd, going back to the offensive line, when you're all said and done going into the season, what's the number you hope to feel comfortable about, feeling like this is the group that if any of these guys are in a game on a Sunday that, we're good with them in the lineup? Do you have like a
11? I mean, first off, you're just trying to find 5. Right. I think there's this thought that we're certainly going to find 5. Then we've got to find those that we feel comfortable at tackle, right? Who's our third tackle? Because that's going to be different. Who's our next center? Who's a swing guard when you dress 8? So really, you want to feel comfortable with 8. That's really where you're thinking. Who's going to be your, especially backup center and tackle. I wouldn't say it's easier, but I think guard is a little easier to transition. But I think finding whoever's going to be your next center and then who's going to be your backup tackle is critical.
Thanks, Todd.
That's it? All right. Thank you.